Alright, tonight we're going to be replacing the headlight bulbs in this 1998 K1500 Silverado. This is my plow truck. I've done a couple of other videos on it. And most recently, I've restored the headlight lenses using baking soda and water. And I'll link to that at the end of this video. But I was approached by Ziste to see if I wanted to put some LEDs in a vehicle, and do a review on the product. Originally, I had these sent to me. They were going to be installed in a 2011 Equinox, but due to the enclosed configuration of the Equinox, I was unable to make these work. So, what we're going to do is install them in this Silverado. Actually, the 9005 is my high beam, and that's the high beam in the Equinox, so it worked out pretty well. And I do need to increase my illumination for plowing, so I figured let's put it in the plow truck and see how it goes, okay? I'm going to shut the hood on this thing. We're going to take it outside and see what the headlights look like right now, sort of the before. Then we'll install the bulbs, and then we'll take a look and see what they look like after, okay? Alright, let's take the plow truck out. Alright, so there's our low beam. This is before we're switching out the LEDs. There's our high beam, which is actually pretty bright. But you can see it's got the yellow tinge to it. And typically, the LEDs are going to have more of a white color to them, okay? So let's go ahead and get the vehicle back into the garage, and we'll throw the LEDs in, the high beams anyways, and we'll see if there's any difference in intensity, okay? That's actually, my high beams are pretty clear now. I've just cleaned the lenses on the headlights, and that made a big difference, okay? Took some of the yellow away from it. Alright, let's go pull it into the garage. Alright, let's take a look in the box here, okay? When Ziste approached me and asked if I wanted to do a review of their product, I was pumped. And of course, I mentioned that the intended vehicle was a 2011 Equinox. And I'll show you why I couldn't make it work. But basically, the product, it looks like a quality product, okay? But it's got this this driver. Basically, your power comes in, goes through this, and then goes back out to the LED bulb, which also powers a fan to keep it cool. But this would not fit in the Equinox under the dust shield, okay? I could get it all in there, and I could get the dust shield on just about, but I couldn't get it back in place. So what I'll do is I'll make a video of how to change a bulb in the 2011 Equinox at some point, and I'll show you sort of what it looks like. But it's basically, it's an enclosed pocket with a dust cap, and I had this sitting right in on top of the bulb, kind of like this. The wires were tucked in, but I couldn't get the dust shield on, okay? So then I started looking at the vehicles I had. I said, well, what else do I have that might make use of these bulbs? Because I really do want to try them out. And the 98 K1500 uses a 9005 for its high beam bulb, okay? These have the cooling fan like most of the LEDs have. They generate a fair amount of heat, okay? So essentially, in case we can't look at it later, this is going to plug in here. And there's a little notch on the top there that tells you sort of where it goes, and which way it goes rather. Should go right like that. And then this comes up, and there's a little O-ring there, and that threads in, okay, holding it together. All right, so that actually looks like a nice quality product. So let's go ahead and bring the plow truck back in, and we'll get it installed, and then we'll see what the difference is. All right. Let's do that. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is get yourself a 5mm socket and a ratchet or a nut driver, and you're going to look for two 5mm studs right here. Here and here, okay? Just go ahead and remove those. We're going to have to pop the headlight assembly out. Alright, let me reposition the camera here so we can remove the headlight assembly. Alright, so at this point the headlight assembly is loose. Should be able to wiggle it loose here. You can see I've got the baking soda that left over from the earlier cleaning. Alright. I should note that you can get to the low beam from inside the vehicle. So if we were just changing out the low beam, we wouldn't have to remove the headlight assembly. We could just access it from inside the hood compartment. Okay, and then these have these little clips You flip them up, pull them out like that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of this baking soda, rather, while we have it apart. It's kind of another reason why I wanted to do this. Alright, so we need to find a place for this this box to go. The instructions are calling this the LED driver, okay? It's clear that it's some sort of a power conversion. What we need to do, I don't really want it bouncing around if I can help it. What do you think I'm going to do? They did come with a couple of zip ties, but they're not super strong. I was thinking about possibly trying to zip tie it down below so it wouldn't bounce around. Whether that's necessary, okay? Alright, let's go ahead and put the bulb in. Alright, so just like most of these bulbs, you just basically turn it counterclockwise. Usually they have a gasket or a seal. Okay, so obviously if we were just doing a standard replacement, you would just wind this out and wind the new one in. It's really not any different. We just need to make sure that we have clearance. You see this one does sit back further than the bulb, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. Basically goes in the same way the other one just came out. Okay, just like that. It's nice and snug. Alright, let's go ahead and put the light back in, and then what we'll do is we'll turn it on high beam with one changed and one not, and see if there's a color difference right here in the garage. Alright, let's hook it up here. Again, this has got a thread coupler like this, okay, and remember there's a notch, a small notch on the top here that you've got to match up. Just like that. Okay, make sure my bulbs are in nice and tight. Let's plug my low beam in here. Make sure the clip's down. And let's see if we have enough clearance. And I believe we do. Alright, let's grab those 5mm studs and pop this baby in. Alright, again, these were 5mm. I just put a little bit of oil on this one because they actually have both of them. They're both kind of dry, so should make our job a little easier. So hopefully this video has been helpful. It's a quick and painless job to change the bulbs on this. And again, if you're just doing the low beam, you can get to it from right back here. But taking the headlight assembly out is not so bad. So when I tested it out yesterday in the Equinox, I don't have it on video obviously because it would have been a fail. I couldn't put it back together. But the bulbs are definitely more white. But you can get different when you're buying LED bulbs. There's different color hues and also intensity ratings. So you want to look for that. Okay. Let's go ahead and back the camera up, and then we'll turn each high beam on and see if there's a difference right here in the garage. And then we'll put the other one in, and then we'll take it back outside. All right. Okay, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera or not, but there's definitely a difference between the intensity of this bulb compared to that one. Definitely the color is more white. That one's more yellow. But also the brightness, the intensity of the light itself is much greater. Let's go ahead and swap the other one out, take it outside, see what it looks like outside. Alright. Alright, there's the low beam. We're right back where we started here, same location. It's a little bit darker, so the test isn't exactly accurate. There's the high beams. What a difference. Bright. Way more intense than the previous high beams, halogens. So let's go check out another location here and then wrap this thing up. Alright, hopefully this video has been helpful. These are the Ziste LEDs. I appreciate them reaching out to me. Those things are super bright, quality product, easy to install. But check your fitment. You need a little bit of extra space over your original bulbs to fit that control module, or that driver as they call it. And also the bulbs sit back a little deeper. So hey, thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up if you found this helpful at all, and hit that subscribe button right there for me if you want to see more of this type of stuff. So leave questions and comments below, and thanks for watching. Have fun. I'm going to link to a couple of videos right here, so stay tuned. They're probably going to be about lights or trucks or something, so check them out.